Hello, this is Zedis. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video, clearing more Uncleared 2022 levels. I have the regular 5 for you today. 3 of them are actually by the same creator. I found a creator who had multiple Uncleared levels in 2022 from different styles, so I cleared all his 2022 levels. Yeah, I think he had one Uncleared 2024 level, if I remember correctly, left. But I don't know if I'd say I like the levels or not. Well, let's just start with this one. This is a Super Mario Brothers 2 mushroom switching situation. I think we've seen this before, but this is just super janky. He did not test this stuff out at all. You see, earlier I got to a point where his mechanism just stopped working and I died because it just didn't work. So apparently he got to a point where he's like, well, that's good enough. So you never know when his shit's just gonna not work. You have to de-cheese or debug his level for him. At this point, you have to hit the on-off, jump several times, and then the on-off switches is the gimmick anyway. You see the mechanism to the left. I don't really understand it too well, but yeah, we have seen that before. We've seen similar things before, I think. If you play the game, you've definitely seen it hundreds of times. But yeah, this is a kind of a garbage level. Watch, it's not gonna switch here at all for whatever reason. I don't know, and I'm like, okay, well, can I get to this next one? Okay, well, that's not gonna switch here. Is this gonna switch? I don't know. Let's jump up here. Nope, that's not gonna switch. Oh, it's gonna switch when I jump towards the next platform, though. Yeah, he did not test his shit. He saw the concept. Someone else, you know, did it, and he saw it and he stole it, but he didn't test it out himself. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this every time I jump towards that red? And then you have to kind of jump around and hook around to get to that blue one. It's really, really poorly done. And then at the end, this gets all just really shitty looking and just kind of like an eyesore of a level. So yeah, it works here, works here. And then up here, he's gonna have some trolls, kinda. I meant to jump there. I walked off the edge instead of jumping. I hit the button too late, I think. So we'll wait this out. We'll be careful. And then you can't even see what's down there. You can't see what color it is or what state the on-off needs to be. And then yeah, look at that. I almost died there. Guy just does not know what he's doing. Don't upload your this part. Oh my god, yeah. I'm like, well, this doesn't work even a little bit. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, don't upload your levels if they don't work, for God's sakes. Just because you knew the jankiness to beat it. Fix your levels so they work. If you're gonna make a level based on gaming mechanisms, Steve gaming mechanisms or whatever, make sure. And this is the part where it just gets annoying and obnoxious. So yeah, this one earns a boo. Yeah, going on. I played this guy's 3 levels. I actually left him a message, said that I'm gonna upload this video, but he hasn't played in a year, so I doubt he'll see it. I didn't love the levels, to be honest. The one that was the most difficult is the one I started with, and I ended up booing it pretty quickly. And I kind of wish I hadn't. That was actually my favorite of the 3. Then I played another one, and I cheesed the crap out of it. And I'm like, I can't give that a like. And then the third one was, I cheesed it a little, but it was okay. And I ended up giving it a like, but it was kind of on the fence. But anyway, that's that level. The next level, New Soup level, is not too bad, but I kind of cheesed this one too. So I can't give it a like. It's okay. It's not a great level anyway, but it's fine. Thwomp spin jump level. See the Thwomp, I'm gonna go to the right, but there is nothing to the right. I'm like, what do I do then? Oh, and I'm thinking, there was a door protected by blocks. I probably have to bring this guy back and smash the blocks open. Not that hard to figure out, really. I almost died there. I don't know how I didn't die there, honestly. Did die here. I meant to trigger that guy. I'm sure he was moving to the right, but I didn't quite land well enough onto his right side. Big jump here. He's moving, though. He's moving towards me. I didn't expect that, but not too bad. This guy's gonna move, too. Yeah, I don't know. Even if I didn't, so I get the checkpoint right, and I go in this world, and I'm like... When I was rewatching the video, I'm like, why did I just walk off the cliff there? And I'm like, oh, because I was like, I want to go back to that checkpoint and see if I can YOLO. I just want to see. And that's all I have to do. And here's the end. And right here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sneak up on the Thwomps. But I don't even have to do that. I was trying to bounce on top of them. I was going to bounce on top of them, but you don't even have to do that. The flag hit pole extends beyond their hitbox, so... Yeah, pretty simple. Not a great level for sure, and who knows what was in the subworld. But it's certainly not worth a boo. And I looked to see how much I beat his upload time by. It was like, I don't know, 50 seconds. Something like that. 40 seconds. So we're on to Roccsteh's levels. I think it's supposed to be a take on Rockstar. We'll start with the 3D World level. This was the second one I played. The first one I played, the Super Mario Bros. 3 level. I'll end the video with that. That was by far the hardest and most challenging. All three of these levels were actually pretty challenging. This one, it's 90% of the challenge is this first section. You have to get past this skip squeak, the spiky skip squeak, and so you have to make them jump. And you don't have a lot of places to jump. And I'm actually not 100% sure what he wants me to do. You have to bait the swamp out, and then get over to the skip squeak, and then do some kind of jump to make him jump and sneak under him, which you have a limited amount of time to do, obviously. I died many times here. I probably died most of my deaths trying to get past this first section. Which is why I don't actually give this one a like. I don't boo it either. It's a kind of a uneven level, and I really cheesed this one pretty bad. He allows me to do something that he really needed to block me off of. So there, I finally get past it, and then I spent a long time not remembering how I did that. It's just a timing thing, really. And then I very poorly timed that. It's not that hard. And yeah, I'm cutting out actually a lot of deaths, because I spent a long time. But I've ultimately got really good at doing that. So I have to make this second guy jump and then jump over him before he's fully landed. And there's a spike there that's very hard to avoid, because you get a little momentum. I did die a couple times there. Then we need to do a pipe jump, not that hard. And then we hit an on-off switch, and it's like, he wants me to go through this maze, and I easily see that I don't need to do that. I mean, and then he gives me a propeller box, and I'm like, I'm already thinking, I'm like, I can go back and hit that on-off, can't I? It's honestly not as easy as it seems, because there's a lot of tight maneuvering around this way. But I'm already thinking about it. Like, I'm going back there, and I'm like, and then I am thinking right now, I'm thinking that might be difficult. Let's just play the level. And I go over here, and I do this really easily, and then I like, oh, he wants to steal my power-up, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go cheese it. I'm not gonna. And then I F up right away, and then I'm like, oh, well, I guess we won't cheese it today. We'll do it on the next life, though. And I was like, you know, and who knows how much further I could get the propeller box. It turns out I can get it all through the level. And this is actually the successful attempt. I did lose my power-up a couple of times trying to do this. Because getting around the skip squeak isn't super easy. It's not that bad, really. Because, I mean, I have the propeller, but... And the propeller, when you're in the air and you hit the propeller bounces, it does not trigger the skip squeak, so... Not too bad. And then now I'm home free, right? I don't even know what a lot of this level looks like. I don't know how hard it's supposed to be. Because I just kind of don't need to do anything he wants me to do. Yeah, there's a lot of on-off stuff. I don't need it because I already hit the on-off. Get that key. Yeah, who knows? It looks like that thump's gonna hit that on-off switch and get trapped in the yep, and then it drops me out the door, but if I don't have that hit, I have the propeller box, so who cares? That is like a nothing section. Again, I don't even know how hard that is. And I get a checkpoint, and this was titled something about Pom Pom, I think. There's 2 boss fights, the Pom Pom and Boom Boom, I think. 3D World boss fights are always kind of a bad idea, so I almost take damage there. This probably wouldn't be that hard even without the power-up, but with the power-up, it's pretty damn easy. Like I said, I very close, came close to taking damage from the fireball there. I almost got hit by Pom Pom there. It makes this Boom Boom fight very easy. Again, there's some Potoboos up there. I could have got hit there very easily. It's hard to hit Boom Boom when he's moving. Usually you want to wait for him to stop. Here I'm getting... I assume that when all these cannons fall down, I'm done. So you have to beat them. You have a timer there. But that's the whole level. That first part was kind of fun to figure out. It was very difficult, but it was fun to figure out. I definitely had fun with this level, even if I cheesed it, and you know, I mean, cheesing it is always fun, obviously. Definitely needed some design changes to make it more challenging, to prevent the cheese. Yeah, that first part was actually the most fun part to figure out, even though it took me many, many lives. I didn't look to see how many tries this already had, but it has over 100 now, and I'm sure I gave it like 50 tries from the start. So the last level I played by Roccsteh is this low gravity, not low gravity, yeah, airship at night. Objects have low gravity, objects and enemies have low gravity, you don't. One of the best night themes, obviously. This one I kind of cheese too. So he wants you to throw the POW, get over here, he wants you to hit that on-off switch and travel back on the, I'm not even 100% sure, to be honest. I'm going to show a few tries of this because this is difficult to pull off. Not super difficult, but I'm not sure what he wants me to do, really. He wants me to jump on that. He wants me to hit this on-off switch. I fail. I fail there. And then I think he wants me to travel back on the thwomp, I think. But I am ultimately realized, I'm like, do I need to get... I just need to get into this door, right? I don't yet realize that. Here's the best I did here. And I'm thinking... Well, I have to hit an on-off switch. He wants me to hit an on-off switch, but here is where I'm going to kind of figure it out, but I messed it up the first time. I'm like, what's in the door? If I go in the door, can I progress with the level? And it turns out there's no reason. The on-off switch never comes back into play. This is the only on-off blocks in the whole level. He could have easily prevented me from getting to the next section without hitting them right here, but he didn't think about it. So all you need to do is a little POW drop, and it's very easy to do in low gravity. This part gave me a lot of difficulty because actually jumping off these P-switches in midair is not easy, but I did succeed the first time. I will show a death that way, but I died that way dozens of times. So that actually did start to annoy me. I don't like that jump, and there's a similar jump near the end of the level that I'll try to avoid. He wants me to drop this and bounce up. There's a blue platform there. You don't even need to do that, and we'll show... I'll get there once, but... Yeah, oh no, I don't. I will show a death from that, but I died dozens of times there. So yeah, that's what he wants me to do. He wants me to get up there. He wants me to do a spring drop, get up to the blue platform. He wants me to use a blue platform to get to the next section. But you don't need to do that. Here's where I actually succeed in doing this. And then here, there's a weird shell jump, and the timing is very difficult, and I failed miserably here. So here's a failure. I died that way dozens of times. It's very hard to do that jump, really. And so I miss the jump here, right? But you can just jump to the next section anyway. What's the deal? So yeah, that's what you do there. But then you have to catch up with the shell because it bounces off another spring. So if you hesitate at all, and you have to time that really weird. And I'll show a couple of failures here. Also, I walk right through the platform because it's too high. There, the platform moves slightly up and down. I hate that. I hate that mechanic with the wing platforms. Here I get just murdered by the shell. Here's a full run of the first section. Cheese that. Actually, I think you could just put that P-switch on the platform and do it that way. You probably don't have to throw it. I didn't think about that. I think you could probably make that jump pretty easily. So I'm going to move back to the back of this platform. I'm going to Z-jump here. I'm not sure what he wants me to do, really, but here's the checkpoint. This bomb, I show a few attempts. You can kind of float on the bombs with a spin jump. The low grav there's some really cool levels I played like that. I did die a lot of times on this because it's very easy to move too far to the right side of the bomb and hit it to the left, which, you know, that will kill you. But this isn't too bad. I did die more times here than the P-switch jump. Second most deaths than the P-switch jump. This is just a little difficult because the Mecha Koopas, as you see right there, the Mecha Koopa's hitbox is very weird. But this isn't too bad. In zero gravity, this isn't too bad at all. I do mess it up. We're gonna reset. You can reset it pretty easily, but I completely whiff it the second time I take a run at him. Yeah, I mean, you only have to hit him like 3 times, and then you can get up to the top here. Cannon shooting chain chomps, which is weird. I didn't expect that. I did the third level we'll play, which was the first one I played. I did look in the program a lot. I didn't open it for these 2 levels. I didn't really need to, because I also I opened it mostly to see if he was cheating, you know, if he had any extra power-ups that were hidden. He doesn't. Oh, here, I don't want to do this P-switch jump because I had so much trouble with it before. I end up kind of having to do it. Yeah, that's what, I don't know if that's what he wants you to do, but that's what I did. You could probably get over there with just a P-switch jump, but it's not easy. Easier just to do the way he wants you to do it. And the section is not so long. My big problem with the third level is that it's really long with no checkpoint. That one at least had a checkpoint, so the 2 halves of it, you didn't have to keep going through it over and over again. The Super Mario Bros. 3 level is super long, and you have to keep going through it. Could have used a checkpoint in the middle. So we're going to the Super Mario Bros. 3 level. This is the first one I discovered. This one took me about 90 minutes, actually. Very long level, very difficult platforming. A lot of enemies. We're in the ground night theme, so they act a little differently. These chain chomps, watch how long they are. My biggest gripe about this level, and I do boo this way too quickly, honestly, is the chain chomps are a little RNG, so they get in your way a lot of times when... And you can't do anything about it, you just have to die. And it's such a long level, you can get really far in this level and get killed by RNG, and it's just, like, not fair. But also, there's just a lot of spikes, and it seemed really spammy at first. It's not as bad as I'm making it out, though. Really difficult jumps, a lot of artificial difficulties with the spike. I forgot that those guys flew at night, which is why I died right there. You just want to run. You don't want to hesitate at that first part. Bounce up on him. This is a kind of a difficult jump. I died on this piranha plant a few times. Poison mushrooms. I'm not a big fan of the poison mushrooms, but they are a cool enemy, really. The worst thing about them is that if you want to put a one-up in your level and you're doing the ground theme at night, you can't, because the poison mushrooms are what the one-ups turn into in this theme. So I thought for a while I thought this swinging thwomp is really unfair. It's really not. It's very easy to predict. I'm gonna die at least one more time here. There's a poison mushroom here, which I don't think I might have known. There's also some stuff above that I don't know if it actually is anything. I think it's just decoration, but it's a really weird decoration. There's like a guy on a rail. So Bowser Jr., he's just an obstacle to get you to a shell jump. So you have to shell jump off of Bowser Jr.'s head, which is really difficult to pull off. So we have to jump and get this shellmet, jump up, and do a shell jump. That's off of Bowser Jr.'s head. You have to bounce off Bowser Jr.'s head. The mole actually is completely unnecessary. I think he wants you to bounce off the mole to get to the platform, but that actually wastes some time. I missed the life where I got shot in the face with that Goomba. It's very easy to avoid, but if you don't know, I actually saw that in the program, and I thought it was a little Goomba. I didn't realize it was a big Goomba. Very difficult to see the difference when you're looking at the program on a laptop. But yeah, didn't know what I was supposed to do here. I had looked at it, but I didn't understand. I thought I just had to do a shell surf. You do, but you absolutely do need the big guy. So you have to do a shell surf into a moving shell jump, which is not easy. So there's 2 shell jumps in this level. They're both very not easy. Totally didn't think about these fireballs being able to hit me. That's why I showed from the back, because Bowser Jr. shoots those fireballs. If Bowser Jr. shoots the fireballs, which he will 90% of the time, you have to wait, and it's kind of annoying. So yeah, you have to kick the shell and bounce off it and then do a shell jump off of that, which is not easy to do. I missed the key there. I do need that key. But you have to hang on to this vine. I had a lot of problems with that too. I will show a whole run of this one. It's an interesting enough level to do that. I missed that shell jump plenty of times, by the way. I missed the Bowser Jr. shell jump even more. That was probably where I died the most. I took a lot. I died many times trying to figure out where I had to be on that vine to survive it. And I didn't show the life where this happened, but I did get killed by that chain chomp the first time. Because I didn't know I did know he was over here, but I didn't realize he was going to reach that far. I couldn't avoid that. I just didn't know where to go. But the next time it'll be in the same spot, so it'll be easy to avoid. So here's the whole run. I do miss that guy. Sometimes I would actually reset it if I miss that guy, because it takes this guy forever to get back over here. And if you miss him a second time too, it takes so long. So I would reset it. I didn't this time. Avoiding this guy, kind of difficult. They have a large hitbox. I assume they have the same hitbox as an actual 1-up or power-up. Wait over here. That chain chomp on the bottom would kill me randomly sometimes because he would get in the way. This part's super easy. If you just go, it's always lined up the same way. Not an easy shell jump to pull off. It's very easy to hit Bowser Jr. with that shell. You don't have to jump because his stun move actually will not kill you because you won't fall far enough. That fireball isn't in the way. We'll jump off this guy. Bam. Shell jump. Easiest if you get the key quick. You want to go to the right side near the top of that vine. That's the best way. You can't just jump off it, by the way. You won't make it. You'll hit those spikes. Trigger that guy. Let him go. We know that this guy's going to be on the right side of the platform, so we're going to go to the left side. That's pretty predictable. You got to jump over this guy. And the key door is the win. There's a little message at the end. It's called It's Rising. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I looked through his levels. I didn't quite understand if that was a reference to anything. Anyway, pretty good level. I actually wish I could take back the boo and give it a like, to be honest. It needs a checkpoint. After the first shell jump, there should be a checkpoint, I think. That would be the best, because the second half is very difficult. It would have made it a lot easier. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you next week.